This energy feels like a major transition point. There's a very noticeable shift happening here between what is stabilizing and what is accelerating. With the sun still in late Taurus, there's grounding, consolidation, and a desire to anchor into what feels secure. But with the moon, Mercury, Venus, and Uranus all clustered in Gemini, the mental atmosphere is highly active, fast-moving, and filled with insight. This is one of those days where things may begin clicking quickly. Conversations can reveal more than expected. Ideas may come in waves. Unexpected realizations may shift your perspective almost instantly. The overall message of this energy is stay grounded while allowing your perspective to expand. There's movement here, there's mental awakening here, and there's a strong invitation to trust what is becoming clearer. The late Taurus sun is still asking for steadiness. This energy wants you rooted in what's real. It wants practical focus, intentional choices, consistency. But the Gemini concentration is bringing speed to the mind. You may feel pulled in multiple directions mentally. You could notice sudden ideas, increased communication, new information surfacing, curiosity pulling your attention outward, a stronger desire to express, share, or initiate conversation. This feels like a threshold moment. The grounded reflection of recent days is now becoming thought, language, and expression. Something is ready to be articulated. The moon in Gemini brings emotional processing through conversation and reflection. You may find yourself understanding your emotions by talking them through, journaling, or mentally piecing things together. This is excellent energy for gaining perspective, receiving intuitive downloads, understanding what has felt confusing, finding clarity through dialogue. The challenge is overstimulation. Not every thought requires action. Not every possibility deserves your energy. Discernment matters. This is one of the strongest signatures in this chart. Mercury in Gemini sharpens mental clarity. Uranus brings surprise, breakthrough, and sudden awareness. Together, this creates download energy. You may receive a realization you didn't expect, a new way of seeing an old situation, sudden inspiration, surprising communication, a truth becoming impossible to ignore. Pay attention to what lands suddenly today. There's important information trying to surface. Venus at the final degree of Gemini, a relationship turning point. Venus at 29 degrees carries urgency and completion energy. This can bring important shifts around relationships, values, communication dynamics, what you're mentally and emotionally available for. There may be a realization around what feels aligned and what no longer does. Something relational may become unmistakably clear. This could also show up as clarity around creative direction, content, or what you genuinely want to put your energy toward. Mars at 29 degrees Aries, final push energy. This is powerful. Mars at the final degree of Aries brings intense momentum. This feels like act now energy. There's courage available here, initiation, drive, a strong internal push to stop hesitating. But because final degree energy can feel heightened, there's also potential for impulsiveness. The key is channeling this into intentional movement. Take action, but make sure it's aligned action. Jupiter in Cancer, growth through emotional truth. Jupiter here offers expansion through emotional honesty. This energy supports nurturing what matters, trusting intuition, building from authentic emotional alignment. There's growth available when you honor what feels genuinely safe, supportive, and sustaining. Collective message for this reading. This is a day of mental awakening and energetic momentum. The universe is offering clarity. Information is moving. Insight is arriving. Momentum is building. But your power comes from staying grounded enough to discern what matters. You do not need to chase every idea. You only need to follow the ones that feel clear, aligned, and steady. Core message. What becomes clear today is meant to move you forward. Trust the insight. Trust the realization. Trust what suddenly makes sense. Something is shifting, and it's opening the door to your next step.